That. All right. Oh. Maybe I'll just go with normal. Call this meeting to order for the City of Walton Council meeting, April 13th, 2021. If I could, everyone please stand for invocation and pledge. Heavenly Father, thank you for another day on this earth. Lord, I would like to ask that you bless this council, bless myself, and continue to bless the City of Walton. Lord, allow us to not be short-sighted. Lord, steer us clear of pettiness and allow us to make the best decisions for our citizens and for this town. In your Son's name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Tammy, if I could I please get a roll call?
Howard Stevens.
Here.
Bobby McDonald.
Here.
Terry Courtney. Sherry Snowden.
Here.
Dan Martin.
Here.
Matt Brown.
His picture's frozen. There he is.
Matt Brown.
If he gets in, just counting present.
He's there, but I just can't.
Sure. Okay.
Matt was on mute.
Ah. Okay. A few quick announcements. It throws me off. May 4th will be a caucus meeting at 6:30 at the Senior Center. May 1st, there will be a cleanup day. People will be meeting here at the Senior Center at 10 a.m.
Oh, she changed that to 12, sorry.
It's the May 12th. Oh, it's 12 o'clock.
Sorry. Yeah, the cleanup day.
Cleanup day will be, say again,
She changed it to 12 o'clock.
12 p.m. at the Senior Center. Also on May 1st, Best Way Disposal will have an extra curbside trash pickup. May 11th, we will have an events planning meeting at 6:15 here at the Senior Center. On that same day, we will have a caucus meeting, or a council meeting. What would be the caucus meeting?
May 4th.
May 4th, you had that.
You already announced that.
Oh, shoot.
I had it on.
Tammy,
I fixed it on this
you
one,
know I'll read
sorry.
anything on the teleprompter. Okay. May 11th, council meeting, 7 p.m., Senior Center. May 31st, City Hall is closed in observance of Memorial Day. And if I could I get an approval of the agenda?
Second.
Yes, please.
Howard Stevens.
Yes.
Bobby McDonald.
Yes.
Terry Courtney. Sherry Snowden.
Yes.
Dan Martin.
Yes.
Matt Brown.
Is Matt on mute from you or,
I mean, you shouldn't be on
From
mute
himself.
It's his video. He needs to undo his video, I think, because everybody else.
well, we've still got a quorum, so that's fine. Tammy, would you?
You're gonna get feedback on your microphone there.
How am I not getting? Okay. There we go. Now I'm on mute. Okay. Good. If I could, moving on, I'm sorry about that. Could I get an approval of the previous minutes in the past? Council has motioned to combine. You may do so if you would wish.
Motion. Second.
Okay. And
You gonna call?
we're gonna skip around here, the way it's laid out. I'm gonna go ahead and get, through citizens' comments, start with Sheriff's Department.
Did you want to vote on the minutes approval? of the
Oh,
minutes?
shoot. Yes.
Howard Stevens,
Yes.
Bobby McDonald,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
I'm sorry, I apologize. I was on the phone with Matt. He's having technical difficulties. I apologize. What am I?
So we're voting on the approval of the minutes.
Yes, and thank you. I'm sorry.
Sherry Snowden,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
and Matt Brown.
Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you.
I voted yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Like I said, or started to say before I jumped ahead a little too far, go through, we'll have comments from the Sheriff's Department. Major Bill Mark, good to see you, sir.
Nice to see y'all in person and not on the computer. I think you've all got a copy of my monthly
Go,
report for
go,
March.
go.
And for the viewing audience and for the record, there were a total of 1,049 showed-up events in the city of Walton for March 2021. Among those, there were 7 911 hang-ups. We responded to 13 alarm drops. 4 attempts to locate. We investigated 15 auto accidents. Obviously, weather's a lot better than it was in February. There were 4 reported burglaries. Actually, only 2 of those were investigated as burglaries. So one of those was the break-in at the Games House on the 14th. And then we had burglary of a home under construction on Summer Point on the 20th. We did 15 business checks, attended 61 criminal or civil services, 4 reports of criminal mischief. Deputies responded to 6 domestic disputes, 7 intoxicated or red individuals, 3 emotional crises, 4 reports of juvenile trouble. We assisted 4 motorists, responded to 2 overdose calls, 7 requests for information, did 580 spot checks, 19 suspicious activity reports, 4 reported thefts. One of those was a vehicle. Deputies handled 13 traffic complaints, conducted 75 traffic stops, which resulted in 37 citations. 22 vehicle complaints. We unlocked 14 cars. Attempted to arrest 3 wanted persons, and all total made 18 arrests. Any questions or comments? Oh, actually, it's a pretty slow month. Thank you all.
Hey, Major Mark, I would like to make a comment to you real quick. I just want to tell you what a great guy, what a great job your staff has done in relation to the Gaines Tavern. They've been on it. We haven't got anybody yet, but
It's kind of frustrating that, you know, that.
it is. But they've called. That's how I've spent several Sunday mornings, is getting calls from your deputies and going out there and looking at it. We keep moving cameras around and trying to get something, but they couldn't have been better, and they're trying to genuinely help with the problem. So I wanted to pass on.
And hopefully, you know, with doing the video surveillance from the city and maybe a little, you know, public awareness, you know, from this point, maybe somebody in that neighborhood knows something, and if they could pick up the phone or you know, send us an anonymous email and put that matter to bed.
Yeah, I hope so. It's turkey season this weekend, so I've broke out my ghillie suit, so I might have to go up there and lay in the grass if I can get a pass from the house. Okay, Fire Department Chief Vest. Thank you, Major Mark.
Joey, heads up, I'm gonna go mow at the Gaines Tavern.
What's that?
I'm gonna go mow at the Gaines Tavern.
Okay.
Good evening.
Must be an inside joke.
It's good to see everybody again in person. Things slowly getting back to normal. Good to see you. Fire Department report for the month of March 2021. We responded to a total of 102 EMS responses. An additional 45 fire-related responses. Responded to 9 motor vehicle crashes and 3 overdose calls. As far as activities, I'd like to take a moment to thank all of city employees, members, council, for the invite for us to participate with you all in the Easter egg hunt. I think it was a tremendous success, so a lot of fun. So, thank you. Anybody got any questions? Any questions for me?
Questions for Chief?
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. All right. Last but not least, Cornell Engineering.
Everybody. On the High Street project, 60 days came and went. Don Robin never got any response from the railroad about amending the terms of the construction agreement, so Mayor and I talked about it. I'm just going to go with the original agreement. It's not favorable to the city, but short of doing a condemnation and adding, a lot more time and expense on the project, I don't see any way feasible to go forward with it. So I spoke to Lisa Burns and Don Robin a few days ago. The Rouse family has signed off on their easement. They just need to pick it up, and then when they have that in hand, they'll contact the city about cutting them a check to compensate them. I got the construction agreement signed tonight. I'll send that back before the railroad. On the 2021 Walton resurfacing project, we got the bids back last week. The low bidder was Michael's Construction, $128,712.15. And they've done good by us in the past. See any reason not to give them the contract, so with the council's approval, we'll get that authorized, get them lined up for the upcoming fiscal year. Also, the last street that was added by change order on last year's contract, they'll be working on the Walton Drive roundabout this week. We start out there today. What we discussed in caucus last week, putting together bid specs to get the tennis courts resurfaced. That's part of it. Based on the conversation I had last week, so we can take that to Owens Park and put in a St. Paul court there, so, that, the community park can be used for outdoor workout area. Also, our survey crew was out on Church Street last week, surveying that for to get to for the sidewalk layout. And then I'll use the information that we have and kind of start doing a rough layout for the fire department site. So I'll probably be able to check over the next week or so. We'll see if that's something, see if that works for you. Kind of in line with what you had in mind. The storm sewer repairs on Ashwood are completed, and as far as I know, everything is working much better. Don't believe we've got the invoice from DNT excavation yet, but when we do, I'll look over it for Roger. Make sure it looks consistent with what they did out there. And then last but not least, the 2020 MS4 report is due to the Division of Water this week. We've got everything ready to go on that. I just need to get a couple signatures to go along with that. And then at the beginning of this month, Cardinal started doing the construction site inspections for storm sewer and erosion control measures. Going back to some of the talks we had last year, the city realized that we thought the county was doing it for us, but the county was pushing that off to SD1. SD1 only covers the stuff that was in their stormwater area, so nobody was handling the inspections in Walton. So we'll be taking care of that every other week, and then within 24 hours after a rain event, have a finish report. So I did have Tammy put a notice on the website just to let the public know, and I've already gone. We went out last week, just to introduce myself to some of the contractors, Starbucks. Just let them know that we'll be checking in on things. So yeah, if anybody has any questions in regards to any of that, just let me know. Or if you see anything that looks off, any sites that seem dirty or whatever, you think need a closer look, let me know. We'll be on top of it. So, anybody have any questions?
On the Mullen Drive, are we just resurfacing that, or are they changing the actual roundabout structure?
No, just a
Resurface, okay.
Yeah, and then really just that area at the roundabout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go farther up or into the.
They're bringing that in, aren't they?
I'm not sure unless Roger has them.
I believe they're bringing the circle
Okay.
in because we had an influx of trucks coming down there and they were just running over the grass area. We can't bring it, I can't talk this in. We can't bring it all the way in to make it a solid concrete surface because I believe there's a manhole pretty much in the middle of it. But I believe they were taking that in one full Bobcat blade width all the way around, and then they were filling it in.
Okay.
All right. Any more questions for Mr. Bogan? Matt Brown's got a question. Hang on, Matt. Hang on a second. Un momento. I gotta turn some volume up on this. Okay. Try that again, Matt.
So Matt, we have been working on my property for a while. Where are you at with that, Matt?
I believe they went out and marked that. Did they not put any stakes in the ground? I thought they were going to do that when they were out on Church Street.
I have not seen any stakes here, no.
Okay, I'll double check on that first thing in the morning and I'll let you know.
Hey, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Does everybody hear that?
7 times.
Yeah, they heard that in the Arizona Canyon. Good night. It's an easy way to avoid that. All right, citizens' comments. Ladies, either one of you all have comment? No?
He has are new residents.
Oh, well, welcome.
Of Valley, and we are both new to Walton. Aren't you never lived in Walton? Yeah, so.
Welcome.
We're not originally from Walton, so we don't really know the area very well. And we have issues with where we live.
Not where we live.
In Oster Valley, I don't know if it's Oster Valley or Aosta Valley, but I just go with it. But
It's kind of the difference between Versailles, Kentucky, and Versailles, France. It's all perspective.
I recently was in touch with our HOA, and we have small issues that we want fixed. And we found out that our playground and our basketball court are not part of the HOA. They are Walton City Park. Okay, I don't think anybody in our subdivision actually knows that. So,
We have issues with the.
but because we just found out about that, we would like to know where the garbage cans are for the basketball court. Because all the kids that get hot and sweaty drink their Powerade and the bottle goes down on the ground. And then it blows into people's yards and then they get all mad because there's no place for the kids to put their garbage.
Kids just forget, you know, they're playing
But 5 out of
basketball.
10 kids are gonna put it in the garbage anyway, but at least there's a garbage available.
My husband walks our puppy, he picks it up as much as he can. You know, there was a garbage can.
It would help. Now, there are 2 garbage cans up by the playground, up in front of the playground, but they're never empty. They're always full. So there has to be a schedule for the Walton City crew to empty garbage. So we would like to make sure that our subdivision is on their roster to go pick up garbage.
Well, I can certainly make that happen, but I can tell you, there was kind of the assumption going in when we built this, because the city put, and whether we should have or not is here nor there. The city put roughly $18,000 into that basketball court, if not slightly more. And then probably another, if Matt Brown wasn't on Arizona Canyon time here with the reverb, I would ask him, he might know better. But we put quite some money into that along with it. I have no problem with having the guys come pick that up, and I know that you all are both new to this, but it was kind of, kind of understood that you all would take care of that as.
HOA says it's the city's problem to take care of the garbage.
Of course they do.
Yeah, of course they do. But actually, it's our problem because we live there.
I tell you what, I will make sure that somebody from the city comes by.
I mean, at least once every 2 weeks,
We'll make it happen.
Just.
But as far as putting in additional trash cans,
At least one at the basketball.
sure. Well, hang on. I'll get the trash cans in. That's no problem, and I thank you for bringing it to my attention, or to our attention. The HOA and your last president, I'm not sure if he's still the president or not, put in money to expand the playground out of HOA money. Maybe you could ask the HOA board if they would be willing to shell out some money for some garbage cans, to be some nice ones to be put in there.
I did. I called them and asked them personally. I said, what do I have to do? Do I have to fill out a form? How do we go about getting some garbage cans up there? She goes, go talk to your city.
I meant the board, not your HOA directly, your HOA board, which is made up of members of your community.
The property manager on the HOA board. And she said.
Who's the president? Do you know offhand? Is it Brett Strong still? It was John Wainwright.
Yes, it was.
and then it was Brett Strong.
See, that's another.
And I'm not sure who it is now.
We don't have meetings either. So I asked them when the next meeting was, and they said, well, we don't have meetings. I said, well, you should. People have questions.
They used to have meetings on a regular basis because they would come up here.
Except they have two now. One for the board and one for, I guess, the residents. But they don't tell anybody when that is. So people don't really know unless you call and you're actually interested in going. But we have a Facebook page.
Sure,
And they could put it on the Facebook page, is what I told them.
Sure.
Put the meetings on the Facebook. But that's not the city's problem. The city, my problem with the city is that parking also at the basketball court. Does the city own the
no,
parking?
the city does not own the parking there. That is, the parking goes to your all's pool area. And the pool area,
That is all the kids at the basketball court park at the pool area. It's not, there's not gonna be any parking for the pool. The basketball kids are gonna use it.
and we had previously,
So who does the?
we had
signs?
previously,
Who does the parking?
well, let me give you a little backstory. We had, at one point, a council member that lived back there, we put it forward to take off parking on that side of the street coming in. So now it is no parking either side.
Right.
So we eliminated parking there. And to me, that street's wide enough that if we put it back open to parking, that might solve some of your problems, but I have a feeling that it wouldn't, because there would be complaints that people were parking on the side of the street there. So it's kind of a double-edged
We're
sword.
allowed to park on one side of the street, on all the
Sure.
other streets. So
I agree.
is it because it's the main thoroughfare? You know, the main road going through there? Is that why they don't want parking on the main road?
I imagine that to be the case.
I don't.
I did not write the ordinance, but I was witness to it.
Problem on the main road if it was,
Sure. And that would be something for this council to discuss and ultimately decide as far as changing that. So that would be a further discussion. Matt has something to say?
Matt, did you have something to say?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Well, we don't want to change it. We want people to enjoy the park. And then if there's issues with the basketball court, then address it at that point.
Okay.
address issues of the basketball court when?
It sounds like we helped out the HOA a little bit with Brett, and then now they're throwing everything back in our lap.
Correct. That's exactly what it sounds like.
We basically did a favor for the HOA, and then, so now they're just throwing you back to us, so.
Well, and then between the play yard and the basketball court, where they extended the play yard, there's a huge water hole in there. It's all full of water. All basketballs go in the water.
Yeah, every time the poor kids miss the ball, it goes in a puddle of water, and
It's always
It's a
wet.
mess.
It's always wet and
It's
muddy
always
through
wet.
there.
I think you feel
So
bad.
I don't know whose property that is. Is it HOA or is it city
It
property?
just needs to be filled up.
It needs more fill so it doesn't hold water.
What it sounds to me like is the city of Walton took on a project and took land from Aosta Valley, and now we're sitting owning it basically as a money pit.
So the whole, the water.
The
hole-
filling it in,
Water hole?
the water pit
Yes,
was
sir.
part of the expansion for the park with the
Am I
play
part of this
area.
conversation?
Yeah, hold on one second.
Matt, yes, you can be a part of the conversation. Chime in as you would.
Well, look, we put that basketball court in to appease Oyster Valley, right? So at this point, you would have to go to your HOA to feel out any indifferences that you would have. That's my opinion.
Whose property is it?
You know, if anyone has a problem, I'll get my wagon and I'll fill dirt from the houses. and fill
It just needs to be filled in.
You know, it's just.
We will come look at it, okay? I will make sure, Matt,
If I do have a
can you go check that out? I'm sure it's the same problem it was before.
It's always.
And I have a feeling we just added to it by allowing the playground expansion.
Yeah, Matt Bogan's here.
Now, I'm pretty sure the city of Walton has a Facebook page, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a couple of
Sure
them.
we do.
That's,
We have
yeah,
an
that's
official- we have
correct.
an-
I think I've seen it.
We have an official page and then two non-official city pages.
That's a,
I'm looking at GIS right now, and it looks like it's owned by the HOA. That's what we're talking
So what when they claim it, I mean, just be, you know.
Well, I'll call them back. Somebody's gonna claim it. It's somebody's property. Because they gotta mow it. Who has to mow it?
For what we've got into it and for the amount of problems that it's been, if it wasn't such a uber waste of taxpayer dollars, I would be happy to turn it over to the HOA completely. But I don't feel that that's a very good expenditure of citizens for the rest of people, because as it is right now, anybody from Walton can go there and play on those playgrounds.
People don't realize that from Walton, they just think it's AO's the Valley's park. You know what I mean?
All the pocket parks around Walton, anybody can use, but
Oh, I know.
mostly it's just people from that neighborhood, and that's what.
That's right, people don't realize. My daughter-in-law lives in Walton, and she looks for a park to go to, take the kids. It wrote a ticket to our place, couldn't believe it, she had no idea.
Well, we'll look into it and I'll see what I can do.
I just feel bad.
But the trash, I can get the trash taken care of for
Well,
you.
I talked to the electric company today about the open electric boxes that are full of water that kids are walking by every day. And HOA says they have nothing to do with electric boxes, but yet we got our kids walking past open water-filled electric boxes, so.
Well, more than likely, those are low voltage, and generally, when that happens, it's Duke or Cincinnati Bell or whomever, Spectrum won't do anything at all.
It's just that they look hideous. They're crooked. Why would anyone in their right mind want to look at something crooked?
Well, it's,
I don't, you know what I mean?
they just, but it's not the.
Can you,
Oh, I know, I'm just
can
saying.
you
it's
share her
somebody's problem.
comments?
Terry's saying
Nobody's
something.
Can you share her comments or ask her to go to the mic?
Okay, so I talked to HOA about the ATV problem.
Ma'am? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on one second, Terry.
Have a councilwoman ask if you all will speak.
Terry, do you want me to turn the screen around?
No, it's okay.
I didn't realize that there was.
Yes.
I was like, spring.
I talked to the HOA about the ATV
Does that help?
problem. They said call the police.
Got which problem?
We have an ATV problem. We have children running ATVs up and down the streets. With
Major
no
market.
helmets, no seatbelts, and they're going too fast.
But is that the Boone or Kenton side of the house?
They're on both sides.
Well, part of that problem is just, can ask his
Well,
deputies
I
to
don't
check on
mind
them.
mom and dad being with the kids. That's mom and dad's problem. But when the kids are taken off without mom and dad,
Mom and dad can't operate an ATV on the street either.
well, they do it every day.
Pick up the phone and call.
And they've got mini bikes going up down the street every day.
Yeah, if you call 37, you can either, 911 would not be the best use of that unless it was an emergency, but 371,
Well,
one,
when someone
Well,
falls.
but actually, if I could interrupt, 911 would probably be better, because that way we're gonna eliminate the Boone Kenton issue.
Okay.
On which side of the county line.
Gotcha.
Now, what about a golf cart?
Golf carts are illegal too.
On the street, they're illegal on the street.
Unless you have a golf court neighborhood, which is legal in Boone County, but you have to go through the process to make yourselves a golf cart community. And correct, help me out here, you have to have, your golf cart has to be inspected by the county, has to have turn signals.
Yeah, everything that a car has except an airbag. Turn signals, seat belts, lights, horn, mirrors.
And Aosta Valley is not a golf cart neighborhood, so you would be correct that golf carts are also.
I ain't bought it because everybody else has one.
Sure.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
I did not know that.
Dropped off, can you let him in?
Yeah.
So who mows the grass at the playground, the basketball court, and the pool? Who mows the grass?
Not us.
Who mows the grass?
Don't believe so. I could be wrong on that.
Who mows the grass for?
At Aosta Valley, at the pool, playground, I do not believe that's not us. I'm almost positive it's not, like 99.9%
So we
positive.
need to check on that. Okay, when I first moved in there was a family that would do movie night for the kids. They would do it like once a month, twice a month, or whatever. It was just out of the kindness of a homeowner that wanted to do a movie night for the kids. Is there any way we can vote in an amphitheater in Walton for movie nights?
We do movie nights currently, Boone County Parks does them during the summer at the Walton Park.
And now the Walton Park.
That's correct.
Yeah, the big one.
Main part.
They do movie night down there,
Mhm.
During the summer.
During the summer.
and that would be
That's
on
correct.
our Walton Facebook page.
It would be on, well, we
The
usually
Boone
post
County-
them, but
Yeah, Boone County Parks would be the place. They didn't have them last summer, but I'm hoping that they'll resume.
Nobody did, no.
Yeah.
But typically they get shared.
We will resume in them this year, yes.
Okay, so that would be good, because we got a lot of children that need something to do this summer.
Roger said we do not.
So
know
you
that.
don't, we don't.
I didn't think
He
we
doesn't
did.
mow the green areas?
nope,
No, not at all.
no ma'am.
Okay, what about the water hydrants, the fire hydrants? Do they ever get maintained?
Chief?
Are they ever flushed or maintained?
They're flushed.
They're flushing
During
now. They
flush,
started
it's-
flushing in April.
Yes, we have a flushing season. They're
That just
flushed,
started.
they flush dead end lines, yes, they're maintained.
Well, because we have a water pressure problem, so I didn't know if on flush day, everybody needs to be aware that their water was not going to work.
Shouldn't affect you at all as far as
We
a
have
flushing.
water issues. We don't have
Flushings are generally dead end lines. So the hydrant that it would be flushed is at the very end of the section. It shouldn't interfere at all with your water pressure.
We just, the whole subdivision where I'm at has bad water pressure on that street. It has since we moved in.
I couldn't wait for my shower. If I
Chief.
sit down, shower,
How long has this water pressure problem been going on?
2 years.
Oh, okay. Because coincidentally, we just started testing hydrants in the city today, so
I thought I, you downstairs, today.
I believe in us out that way. That's why I was asking, how long has it been going on?
Cause I was sitting out back on my deck and I could see y'all.
Yeah, they just started testing the city hydrants today. So,
What street are you on?
I'm on Chardonnay. Another question is about the mail. They drop mail at the residents' driveways, and it's like flyers, coupons,
They just drop it at the.
does the city hire them to drop that mail at everybody's house?
Can't they
No.
put like little hooks or something on the mailboxes? And hook 'em on
I just don't know who's in charge of
It's
this.
trash.
Postmaster General uptown would probably be somebody to talk to about that.
Name's Brent, I don't know his last name.
I do not know the new pros measure. No, the city generally, if the city sends something out, it usually goes directly into your mailboxes. As far as the little white bags that you get on a Sunday morning, those are annoying. I get it. I believe that you can actually, if it's door store or whomever it is, I believe you can actually call them and put your name on a list, and they will cease to do that. But
No, I'm talking about whole neighborhood. You walk through the neighborhood and they're laying all over.
We get them in our.
I don't disagree with you, but there's nothing that I could do about that for you.
I mean, can't we have little books around on everybody's mailbox?
We have to do that.
Yeah.
You could, but it's not something that the city's gonna come and do for you. And I'm sure that that's something that the post office isn't gonna do for you either.
What about dog poles? That have the bags,
That would be your HOA.
would that be HOA?
Yep.
What about the parking sign for the pool, for pool parking?
That's the HOA.
That's HOA?
John said Jeremy B.
Really good, they throw in, they get it.
Yeah, we're gonna say
I
that.
don't know what your idea is either.
Okay.
Well, either the mayor or somebody on council
I just
will
needed-
definitely be calling
I
the
personally
HOA,
just
don't worry.
needed to know where to go for answers, that's all.
Mhm.
That's the only reason why I'm here.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
who do I go to get help?
Mhm.
So, I mean, this was very helpful. Thank you all for listening to my neighborhood garbage. But
No,
but it
that's,
needs to be addressed.
So I think it's the HOA, everything there is really the HOA because we got, even on the other side of the swimming pool, and the other side of the neighborhood, there's CP. We gotta believe the neighbors are playing.
There's a section
Yeah.
on the other side. I don't, is that first street, I don't know if it's Malo or Malise or
Mhm.
like that. The first street to the right, it goes around and down to where the pool is.
Mud,
There's an open area where I think they were going to put like a parking lot in there. They were gonna like put a road in there and then a parking lot back there.
First street to the left is
Molly's.
Molly's.
So there's a section there that needs to be mowed because it's owned by somebody other than the people that live there. I don't know who mows it. I just need it to get mowed.
I don't know, I was just always afraid that I would be the one that swept in front of my house, was in the road,
Mhm.
or the.
Sure.
I guess because I'm just too picky about stuff getting all over the ground and all that. I don't know.
So if there was a road going in there, that's HOA. Is that HOA?
be the builders and developers, if the road's going in.
Well, it wouldn't be considered a road, it'd be considered like a parking lot access.
It's when you go in, you'll take a right, the first
So
right?
you go in and you take the first right at the stop sign,
Mhm.
and it goes down and it curves.
That's
And then right on the left, behind the pool, there is a section of land that isn't owned by anyone. It's a green space.
By somebody.
And that green space.
Hey, Bogan, who's that about?
So,
All
It's
that
between
is
255 and
water.
270.
The Sidewalk and everything's just a mud hole.
Hmm.
I think this looks like it.
More than likely, it's owned by Steve Burling or one of the developers if it's a vacant lot.
John says the HOA owns all that.
HOA owns all that. Well,
Yeah.
there you go. Tell the HOA I'm gonna send them a letter and tell them the grass is too tall here very shortly. But I've gotta wait till it gets to be a foot tall.
well, it's getting there.
Okay, well, you let me know.
We'll send our code
You
enforcement.
call Tammy as soon as it reaches 12 inches and I'll have the, I can do that
You
for
don't
you.
wanna know what our names are. Karen.
Oh,
Little Karen.
We're the Karens in the neighborhood.
I'm sorry, I don't get the reference.
Oh, good.
Chief,
I just confirmed with baseball area every day, and those hydrants flow about 1,300 gallons a day.
And that's normal, that's a normal
That's
flow?
pretty good flow, yes, ma'am.
You know what? When we first moved in, they checked earlier and they said it was fine too. But I got me a shower where you sit down and I couldn't wait for that new shower. And I sat down and my water story was right here. And I thought, really? If I finally got me a shower, I could sit down and play it right here. So, I don't know.
There's no pressure on the water.
I don't know what it is.
You might have a pressure regulator in your house. Kind of looks like this little screw sitting up on top of it.
You know what?
Those could be adjusted to up and increase your pressure.
Already cleaned our house, and, actually, my kitchen sink, they were gonna redo the plumbing and everything. I won't even tell you about our plumber who got stolen our plumbing. But anyway, finally my husband worked on it, there was a rock in it, and our pressure in the kitchen sink is wonderful now. So maybe it just has rock.
Maybe you got a rock in your shower. Huh?
Maybe I do.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll address these to the HOA.
I would appreciate that, and I will work on getting the trash taken care of as well. But realistically, I feel like that should also be the HOA to take care of that.
They say it's a city park.
I'm sure they do.
I agree.
It doesn't mean I won't get it taken care of for you, but I'm just expressing my opinion to you, is I do not think that should be our responsibility. But I will get it taken care of.
That would help a lot.
I would
We
appreciate.
were just curious, so that's why we came here.
No, but
I never.
we're so excited to have you here. You are the first two people to come into this meeting, and I don't know how long. So welcome to Walton.
We weren't complaining, we were just curious.
No, we're glad to have you. We have these every month. Come in, by all means. Tell us what's going on in Aosta Valley, and let us know.
This is about it, if I wanted to just come visit.
Okay, come visit. We love having people. That's fine. As long as we don't walk in the door and there's 80 people sitting here, then we're okay. So that's usually when something's not okay. So anyway,
Well, I'll get a hold of the HOA tomorrow and, all of the.
and I will get a hold of the city crew and have them come empty those cans. Okay?
Can they probably stop when you get by now, because that's the only place that does the dog mess.
Well, I know just who to send then.
Hey, who maintains the equipment?
We
The
do.
park equipment?
We do.
So if something gets broke, what about spraying for the wasps?
Don't have anything to do with spraying for the wasp.
That's the
It's a
HOA.
city park.
It is a city park.
Does the city spray their parks for wasps?
Sometimes, if there's a wasp problem. If you have a wasp nest and alert the city, then yeah, I could probably send somebody out with a can to spray a wasp nest, but
But they're not gonna like.
we're not going to go and treat them, no. Pre-treat them, I should say. Boone County might at the main park, but no, that's not something I don't believe we've ever looked into or had a problem with thus far.
I do want to say, I don't know what park that is that you're all have around here. Is that Walton Park?
The one down by the school?
That is
Yes.
a wonderful park. I just want to say something about that.
Thank you. We
My
work-
grandkids have a great time at that park. Beautiful park. Keep it really nice.
Boone County does a good job with it.
Who does?
Boone County maintains the park, we add to it,
I
and
thought that was Walton. I'm sorry.
it is ours.
Oh, okay.
They do the maintenance on it, we pay for any capital upgrades. So like resurfacing of the tennis courts is going to be on us. If we add a swing set, that's gonna be on us. But as far as cutting the grass, opening the bathrooms, somebody messes up a pavilion, that's Boone County. They do the maintenance for it.
Is our pavilion Walton's pavilion? Or is it HOA pavilion?
No, that's the pool and the pavilion is all you all. That's HOA.
Yes,
Yeah, they're the owners.
okay, I'll watch for them.
Yep.
I'd find out when the next election is for the HOA president. Maybe throw your hat in the ring.
When the meetings were, she was like, oh, I don't know. I said, you're on the board and you don't know when the next meeting is? She goes, I think it's in.
John would know. Anybody got John's address?
Maybe it's in August. And I said, well, when I call back, I think you can find out. when the next meeting is." And she goes, well, you probably would be allowed to come anyway. It's just love that. And I'm like,
Okay,
"Well,
then.
which one can I come to?"
Ma'am.
She goes, well, we only did one.
We'll see if we can find out when that meeting is for you all.
You could probably find out better than we could.
Possibly, yes. I will look for you all.
I mean, they're nice on the phone. They will try to answer your questions, but they don't normally have answers right away. They like, well, we'll check into that. So I've given them a couple of days, so a couple of these things I can go back and say, well, did you check into it? Because I still want the dog pole, and I still want garbage cans, and I still want the grass mowed, and there's, I mean,
Sure.
those are easy things. Those are not hard things.
Sure, I understand.
In fact, Tammy, you were right, the first lady I talked to about a yard sale. It was yard sale.
You need a permit to have a yard sale?
And not anymore. You can have up to 10 a year.
You can have up to 10 residents without a permit?
Up to 10 yard sales per year.
A year.
Ladies, I do not mean to be rude, but I'm paying by the hour for this fellow over here.
Don't blame it on
You're my
me.
scapegoat.
Tuesday, take us out to dinner, that's why we kept talking.
Well, thank you.
Thank you all.
Have a good evening, stay safe, y'all.
You as well. Okay. Move on to active business. We have Resolution 2021-03, resolution of the City of Walton authorizing Gabe Brown, the mayor, to execute a memorandum of agreement for the development of regional hazard mitigation plan through FEMA. Counselor?
Mayor and council, this is an effort by the Northern Kentucky Area Development District, working with their 8 counties and all of the local governments in those 8 counties and the emergency management directors to develop a new upgraded regional hazard mitigation plan to satisfy the requirements of federal law and FEMA. By way of background, we have a 2017 version of it. The law requires that it be upgraded, so what this resolution will do is allow the mayor to sign on and pitch the city's cooperation in on the effort. And you can adopt this resolution by motion.
Motion.
Second.
Yes?
Howard Stevens? Bobby McDonald?
Yes.
Terry Courtney?
Yes.
Sherry Snowden?
Yes.
Dan Martin?
Yes.
Matt Brown?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on. We have Resolution 2021-04, resolution of the City of Walton and Boone County and Kenton County, Kentucky regarding the execution of the Second Amendment to the existing water supply agreement between the City of Walton and the Northern Kentucky Water District. This is in regards to our southern connection. I'll allow Mike to talk a little bit more.
Thanks, Mayor. As indicated by the title.
Hey, so,
Hold up.
Mr. Dunn,
Yeah.
I would like you to expand on this because I think it's more for industrial development for this proposal.
Yeah, I can't expand on that notion. I can just tell you that we have a contract with the Northern Kentucky Water District to supply our water for our system, and that the mayor and the public works director have determined, along with the water district, that we need to have a southern connection. It will not only benefit, from my understanding, I'm not an engineer, it will not only benefit those industrial properties that you're talking about, but it'll help the flow and volume and pressure and so on by looping the water. This resolution anticipates that there would be a new pump station south of town that would benefit not only the city, but the areas out in the county that Northern Kentucky Water serves. And there is in the agreement a division of responsibilities and costs and so on. That's about the extent of my knowledge of this. I think the mayor can probably expand on it.
Yeah, I can expand on it, absolutely.
So, I don't need the mayor to expand on it. I want to know if we vote yes, does that tie us to an agreement
Yes,
for that water flow?
yes.
Thank you.
Can the mayor expand on it, because it's a lot of legal talk for me and I don't quite understand.
It's also a lot of legal talk for me. I could expand on it to the point, we've had the need for some time. We have put into, I want to say, the past 5 budgets or more money for a southern water connection that would complete a loop. As of right now, we get our water from Northern Kentucky, comes down from Independence. This would connect. They will be putting in a pump station from Green Road. This will come back up, and we will connect in with a well somewhere outside of Hellman's. The reason that we've done this, or that we've been putting this in, this agreement is basically the culmination of those years of putting it in the budget to do. This is the end result. And this is the agreement between those two parties. The reason for this is there's 2 reasons really. Our water towers are not the same height. When they built the second water tower, they did not build it at the same height as the first, so the elevation is off. So one will never get completely full. So that's one reason. The second is if there is something catastrophic that should happen from that northern connection coming from Independence, Walton would be completely shut off of water. So that's the need for the southern connection. Now, as far as benefiting industry that might come in, yeah, maybe a little, but we're still only, our current 30-year agreement is only, 1 million gallons a day, I believe, is the maximum amount that the city of Walton, or it's not even a day, I believe it's, I think it might be a month. There's only so many gallons of water that we could take in, southern connection or not. But what this will allow us to do with the southern connection is we will be able to split off in the middle of Walton. We'll have a valve that we could fill one water tower if we need to completely while working with the other. No, this is a needed project, and it's not for the benefit of industry. It's for the benefit of the citizens of Walton and for our main infrastructure.
Thank you for that explanation. cost for the city? If we were to pass this tonight, or if we were to vote yes on this, what's the underlying cost?
I believe as of last year's budget, we put $300,000 into the budget. This might up that by possibly another $50,000 as far as it goes. But I believe our initial cost was pretty much based on a guesstimation from Cardinal Engineering from years ago with before Matt came on, when Dave Whitaker was here. So it's pretty much from what we've looked at, it's a pretty close engineer's guesstimate. But this current budget has $300,000 in it for the Southern Water Connection. And that's a pretty close.
So, pretty much that connection is for Walton getting the water sales for Northern Kentucky, correct?
Well, no, I'm not sure I understand your question, Matt.
Well, so if we do that connection, it would be our water consumption or Northern Kentucky's, correct?
At a certain point, we will get a few customers off of it additionally. But no, for the most part, Northern Kentucky's line already goes there.
Yeah, so we would be getting Northern Kentucky water consumption and sewage consumption if we do not do this, correct?
I'm still not understanding.
In other words, what is the benefit to do this?
I believe I've just outlined what the benefit to do this. It prevents the city from catastrophic water failure. It also allows us to fully, fill our water tanks. Matt, this has been something you voted for 4 years, 5 years in a row.
I did not.
Okay.
Clarify that.
I'm not sure what you mean about we're getting sewage consumption from Northern Kentucky Water or any of that.
Well, the only way to do it is if we include it in the water consumption and sewer consumption for the city of Walton, correct?
I'm not picking up what you're putting down, man. I'm sorry. I wish you could, if you were in person here, you could maybe explain it to me a little better. I'm not understanding.
If that's a good excuse, correct? I know that. But the only way to do it is to say, hey, we generate income from water and sewer for this development. That's the way I take it.
Well, let me add to the confusion. Does that mean, because you spoke last week, Mayor, of our sewer being at 70% capacity, does this move, if we were to vote this through, does that increase our capacity for our sewer?
That increases, correct.
So in other words...
Not necessarily. Hold on. No. As of right now, the only customer that we would gain, if we gained it at all, would be Hellman Lumber. And I'm sorry, I just can't imagine Hellman Lumber.
We're not going to get Hellman Lumber. We're just going to generate more. The Tacker property is what is this going to gain us, right?
We've already got the Tackett property.
Not all of it.
Not all of it, not across the street.
That's my point. That's the point. So
actually,
if we do not do this agreement, then we lose that property and we lose that water consumption.
Not necessarily.
No, because Northern Kentucky will get that.
Northern
Right.
Kentucky would get the one across the street, and actually, they probably would get the one back there, wouldn't they?
I don't know.
Well, I vote no. There we go.
We're not voting.
Let's just take a vote.
Well, wait, I need to be more clear in understanding. I appreciate your point of view, Matt. But just being a straight shooter like you are, Mayor, does this have anything to do with the future development that we spoke about last week?
Yes, it does, Terry.
I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but no, indirectly, no. This has been something that's been worked on for 3 to 4 years and keeps getting put into the budget. And Roger and I finally sat down and got with Northern Kentucky's engineers, and this is the agreement that was worked out. So it wasn't anything to do with future developments so much as it is. I mean, if you'd like, I could bring Roger Williams on. Somebody'd have to call him, 'cause my phone's
Roger
dead.
and Gabe recommends this deal. I do not, because I know what it ends in the long run. So that is up to you. I'm not going to try to persuade your opinion, like I have not at this point. So let's take a vote.
Well, I would rather us all to be knowledgeable before we just vote on something. You know, so if we have
If
to
you
take-
vote on this, Terry, look, this is the simple math. If you vote on this, then we profit from the development of this property. If you vote no, then Northern Kentucky profits. That's essentially it.
Also,
Well, then I think that, you know, you don't like this, Mayor, but I believe I'm still green, and I know that we have new council members. For us to blindly vote on something that we fully don't understand would be ignorant. So I wish that we all understood what's in front of us.
okay,
Look,
how about, hang on.
Put to a vote at this point. It should be called
Damn it.
caucus.
Hey, how about this? Why don't we fully understand this at caucus meeting? There is no timeline for this other than going forward with our budget coming up and Northern Kentucky Water District's budget, which is also coming up for them. So I would say that we roughly have a month if we wanted to discuss this and bring in Roger, maybe bring in Northern Kentucky Water District to talk about this a little bit.
So,
You're all
Gabe,
more than welcome to table this, but this needs to happen.
Gabe. What is the benefit to Walton for this?
I don't know, Matt. Avoiding
No, tell me.
catastrophic
That's what I'm
failure of
asking.
our water system. That is the number one benefit of this. Avoiding catastrophic failure of our water system.
So are they putting money towards our catastrophic event?
They're building the pump station.
So if we put the money towards the pump station, they're putting more money towards the negligence of our part?
No, Matt, once our line starts, that's our responsibility from there on. They are going to build the station. We are going to tie into that southern connection.
Okay. So the benefit is if it's either our water system or Northern Kentucky's, correct?
No, their line dead ends there, where we're trying to tie in. They need to increase their flow to make this happen.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
so if we don't increase our flow, then they do it, correct?
Can I motion to table?
yes, please motion to table. Jesus
Motion-
Christ.
motion to
No,
table.
we're trying to understand the situation, Bobby.
Matt, we've talked about this for
We don't need to
3
talk about
years
anything.
is why I'm getting frustrated.
It's seconded,
Well,
you
you
can
can
take a
get
vote.
frustrated, Mayor, but the majority of us haven't been here for 3 years. So for us to try to understand it.
That's second Bobby's motion.
We've got a second on the motion to table.
That's fine, you can table it. I've been here 10 years, I know what's going on.
You've been here 8, Matt, but yes, I understand your
8, 9,
point.
10,
Take a vote.
whatever you want to.
And you voted for a southern water connection to go into the city budget for all, however many years it's been.
No,
Tammy,
no,
can I get a
that's not
vote?
correct. We need to, we
Howard
need to
Stevens?
direct the council accordingly.
Bobby McDonald,
Yes.
Terry Courtney.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't hear it. We're voting to table.
She voted yes.
Yeah. Sherry
That
Snowden,
stuff happens, y'all.
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
Matt Brown,
No,
Wait, Matt, this is the table.
I know it is the table. We need to say no to it all. That's how they do this thing. I've been a part of this for 10 years.
I appreciate, okay, so the mayor's saying it, but regardless, we're rounding up. But I appreciate when Matt is this passionate about something, it should open each of our eyes. So Matt, thank you.
Well, I'm just saying, do you want Walton to be developed? Or do you want Walton to be country?
Well, I don't want any more
That is
box
my point of
buildings.
view.
And if we're
So-
trying to bring in more box buildings, then I'm a no too.
That's how Nick Knock came in. So I rest my case. Whatever you want to do, Martin, Howard, Sherry, whatever you want to do. I know where I'm at. That's up to you. Thank you.
Well, thank you for your passion.
Albeit misguided, I thank you for your passion too.
It is not misguided, Gabe, and you know that. You've been developed. Listen, Terry, listen.
Hey, we're moving on to the next subject.
Property for years. Don't listen to Gabe. This is council's meeting, okay?
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
what we
conducting
do.
it, and if I have to, I'll mute you.
Thank you, Gabe, conducting. Thank you.
I'm applauding you, Matt. You can mute me too.
Okay, moving on to the next order of business. Ordinance 2021-04, first reading. An ordinance of the city of Walton in Boone County, Kenton County, Kentucky, amending sections 50.01, 50.40, and 50.41 of the Walton Code of Ordinances in order to provide owners and lessees shall be responsible for payment for all water and sewer bills, plus any additional fees, charges, and costs for real estate connected to the city's water and/or sewer system. Counselor,
Thank you, Mayor and Council. That
Motion,
is,
yes.
that's the title to the ordinance. If you look at the bottom of page 1, you'll see that we're adding to the definition of customer of our water and sewer system, the owner of real estate in the case where there is a lessee of real property. And then if you look over onto page 2, there's some text at the top and in the middle that will add the owner,
Terry, I vote no.
that will,
Tammy, I vote no.
that will add the owner as a customer and make the owner responsible for the water bills and sewer bills generated by his real estate. And then over on page 3, you'll see that it's the responsibility of the property owner to monitor the account to make sure that the water and sewer bills are being paid. So this is first reading. This recognizes that water and sewer service to a property, even if it's rented, provides a service and a benefit to the property owner, and it puts their skin in the game also to make sure that we get paid. So that's first reading. It's your custom to vote on first reading, so.
Motion.
Second.
Howard Stevens,
Yes.
Bobby McDonald,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
Yes.
Sherry Snowden,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
No.
Matt Brown,
Yes.
okay.
Oh, God.
Open this up for council comments. Howard Stevens,
I'm good right now.
Councilman McDonald, Same here. Councilwoman Snowden.
I'm also at a loss.
Okay. Councilman Brown.
No.
Councilwoman Courtney.
Yes, sir. So I think we've talked about this before, and just the respect and common courtesy of discussing items at caucus prior to them coming to vote at the council meeting. So where did we miss this last week?
That's a fair question, Terry.
We did not.
That is a fair question, but this is also something that's been worked on for many years. So yes, it is my fault for not bringing this up at caucus meeting. So I apologize for that.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. No apology necessary, but I think that's where some of us are uncomfortable, like, because again, you're dealing with the newer council, and I'll just state in my moment to speak that I do appreciate Matt's passion. I appreciate his time on council and his knowledge, and so I feel like without him speaking up, that perhaps we were being bamboozled, but if we can get back to the point where it's common respect and courtesy that we discuss these items at caucus, then it would have kept us from this moment tonight. My only other comment this evening is whether you feel like it's out of place or not, Mayor. You told me that we should police our own. Just again, council. A lot of us being new or newer, which may not be my label anymore.
Well, Terry,
Is knowing our role. And so as we learn that, just a little bit, appalled that a new business owner would reach out, shed tears over threats made by alleged threats made by a current council person over ADA compliance. So, again, just us all knowing our roles is important, and I don't believe that we as council people are here to monitor or push our beliefs on new business owners. So, if anybody has any comments towards that, that's great. If not, then again, it's important that we know our role.
Is that too late to, Bobby would want to, Bobby or Dan or somebody would want to amend the budget, or amend the, is it too late to do that?
I know it was in Matt's report. Matt, did we vote on the street resurfacing bids that you sent out?
No.
Do we need to from a timely standpoint?
No, I mean, since it's for the upcoming fiscal year, we can wait.
Okay.
There's not an item for it.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt. I just want to make sure if the bids were going to expire or something like that, we would address it.
Well,
Tammy, if you could please let Matt Brown back in, that'd be great.
You going to vote on that?
actually, now you mentioned, I think the, I think the bids are good for 30 days or 60 days. You guys may want to go ahead and vote on that over here.
What would we need for that?
Just
An amendment or
Just an emotion.
just a motion?
Motion to approve Michael's Construction for resurfacing bid.
Second.
I'm sorry, you all, we didn't have it on the agenda. Bobby's just made a motion to approve the Michael's construction bid for the 2021 road projects for $128, $712, and 15 cents, per the recommendation of Cardinal Engineering. We have a motion and a second on that.
Howard Stevens,
Yes.
Bobby McDonald,
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
Yes.
Sherry Snowden,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
Matt Brown,
Yes.
Okay. And Terry, I'm sorry, I apologize if I was whispering while you were talking. I was trying to be as quiet as I could talking to the council here. I think I'm on, or was on mute.
No, but I think that my point was missed, so if you could address it in our roles, that would be great.
All right. Okay.
Or not.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
She wants
We're,
you to yell at Howard.
Yeah, that's not what I said, Bobby. Bobby,
I'm trying to speed things up.
that's not what I said. But
I have spoken with Councilman Stevens, and I do agree with you. It's not the role of city council members to put forward their opinions on city businesses. It's all of our roles. It's not my role either. It's our role as council members. I'm sorry.
he wants to know what we're discussing.
Terry?
It's mayor's comments at this point, Matt.
Okay.
Mayor.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gabe.
No, I think it's all of our roles to assist our small businesses and assist our businesses wherever we can, and to do so without interjecting our opinions and our beliefs onto them. With that being said, I believe that's everyone's role to do it that way. I'm not going to get into council matters as far as that goes. Like I told Councilwoman Courtney, you all police your own. When Matt and I first got on council, we were fortunate enough to have Mike Wood around, and if somebody did something dumb, and trust me, Mike Wood still does it to me anytime he catches me at the gas station and I've done something dumb. He still pulls me aside and says, chews on me a little bit. But, we always policed our own, and that's the way I expected as far as your all's roles. Everyone here is an adult. Most of you are more mature than I am, so I'm not going to chew on anybody's ear too awful much, and that's my comments on it. Other than that, I would like to say a thank you to everyone that helped with making the Easter egg hunt a success. Tammy, Howard, Terry. Terry took some wonderful pictures. Howard directed traffic.
Thank you, Gabe, for being the bummer.
No, no.
You did a good job.
I got two helicopter rides out of it and a 3-day sore neck, so it's all worth it.
Thank you, Chief.
Hey, not to-
Thank you, Chief, and I really appreciate Chief set a lot of that up, so I really appreciate the effort the fire department did there, and I know the kids really enjoyed seeing the trucks and everything, so. With that being said,
Hey, before we do that.
Yes.
Not that I want to prolong this, did we send anything to Crescent Springs or their mayor just passed away?
Lou first.
Yeah, Lou Hartfield.
no kid, Crescent Springs, dang.
Just a heads up, man, I'll send them.
Oh, shit. All right, yeah, we'll send something.
We didn't hear that, Terry.
Here, Bobby, I'm sorry. What were
The mayor of Crescent Springs passed away this week, correct, Bob?
Yes,
Yesterday?
I did not know that.
Lou
Hartfield.
Hartfield.
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
It was announced they just passed away peacefully, is all it was announced.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll send something.
Okay. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
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 Matt.
Howard, Stevens, Bobby Brown, Bobby McDonald,
We got enough rounds, all right?
Yes.
Terry Courtney,
Yes.
Sherry Snowden,
Yes.
Dan Martin,
Yes.
Matt Brown,
I might as well know. No. 5-1.
Matt wants to keep going.
I like this version of that.
You do not, Terry.
Meeting adjourned.